Hello, welcome to the Shane Wolf Show. Great to have you with us. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and do the notifications and all of that fun stuff. So we'd like to thank you in advance for that. We are here today with Tane-Rua, who is a Brisbane-based artist and singer-songwriter. So welcome, Tane.
Hey man, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. So you've just released a new song a couple of months ago.
Yep.
It's called Cherry Pickin'.
Yeah, that's it. Cherry picking.
Tell me about the song, what you wrote it about, and how you were inspired to write that song.
Well, the reason I wrote it was for when I first came up here a couple of years ago in 2020 at the start of COVID. I was studying, and because it was during COVID, it was all online, so it was all virtual kind of study on Zoom and I think it was like a theory class or songwriting class. It was one of the challenges was to write a song in a X amount of time. I think it was 5 or 10 minutes to a set of criteria, and I didn't really understand the criteria. So
Do you remember any of the criteria that you could share it with us?
Yeah, like different song structures, like A, B,
A,
C, D,
yeah.
E, F, G, H, I, J, K, and the rest of them.
Yeah.
What was another one?
So where were you studying here?
I was studying at JMC Academy.
Okay, and
where South Brisbane?
That's in South Brisbane.
Yeah, on Grey Street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this task, write a song to some parameters in X amount of time, and well, I wrote it in X amount of time, but I didn't follow the parameters. And it was pretty much just a bit of a daydreaming about how I didn't really want to be doing that right then in lockdown, and how I much would have rather have been picking cherries off the trees, somewhere doing like fruit picking work, even though it's probably a lot harder than sitting on the floor in a Zoom lecture. I would have rather been picking the fruit if I wasn't locked down. So it's pretty much that.
So you prefer to be out and about in the openness rather than being in a enclosed area?
Bloody oath.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. And where's home for you? Where's hometown?
Hometown for me is Muttaburrasaurus, out in central Queensland.
Uh-huh.
It's the geographical dead centre of Queensland, fun fact.
Ah.
We've got a dinosaur.
I was just about to say, was that where that dinosaur was recently discovered?
You know the dinosaur? Not recently discovered. Discovered a little while ago, the Muttaburrasaurus.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know about this one, so...
I mean, I don't know as much about it as I would know about like maybe a chicken. You know, I feel like I might know a bit more about chickens than the Muttaburrasaurus. All I know is it was found by a bloke called Doug Langdon.
Uh-huh. Do you know when it was found?
Before I was born, I assume.
Right.
Before I was born, around my pop's time, so... Someone's going to watch this from Muttaburra and I'm going to get a slap.
Yeah. Because there was another one recently found. By recent, I mean, like, I think it was around December of last year, which is 2022.
I feel like that might have been in Winton.
Right.
Maybe.
But the interesting thing about it, in the centre of Queensland, it's a fishy kind of dinosaur, like swims.
Amphibious or something?
No, like literally like a whale type dinosaur.
That would make sense. It was an inland sea back then.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which I had no idea.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
A lot of people think when you go out there, because it's so desolate in a lot of places, at least where I'm from.
Yeah.
It's very desolate. You could look left to right, driving along some of those roads and not see a tree line. And it's really flat. So to not see a tree line like that, a lot of people think it's due to like tree clearing back way when, but it's actually because it's an inland sea, or it was an inland sea. At least that's what I was told.
Well, we have the fossils to prove it.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, Interesting about the song. And so did it take you, I mean, obviously you had that parameter of 5 to 10 minutes and you did it within that. And did you find that as an easy process to like?
Well,
because I'm assuming you had to come up with the lyrics and the music also.
Yeah. I was just sitting there with my guitar singing, so it was pretty simple to put that together. And I was also kind of just getting into a new style of playing. Mm-hmm. Before I come up here, I was pretty kind of simplistic on the guitar, just strumming chords, self-taught. So, I don't know, just pick stuff up by watching people learn other songs. I guess like anyone else though, so duh. But I was getting into Travis style picking, which is like a type of finger picking, alternating on the bass strings. Mm-hmm. And I was just starting to get into that, so I had a heap of new creative juice flowing, I felt. And so then it was pretty easy. It's pretty easy just to pump that out. It's nothing, it's nothing too flash. It's a pretty simple song, really.
So when you say finger picking, do you have like a plectrum like on your thumb, or do you just like literally just use your open fingers?
I started off just using my thumb. Mm-hmm. It wasn't actually until this year that I started testing out, and I've kind of settled on one that I like now. Thumb picks. It just gives me the option at least of having a bit of a brighter tone, mm-hmm. and also still being able to, not as easily as with just my bare flesh thumb, but still being able to just mute it a bit, with the palm and muffle it a little bit.
So back in 2020 when you moved, when you went to JMC, was that when you moved to Brisbane?
Yeah, that's when I moved up. Yeah.
Right.
I think it was in February, early February.
Just before COVID?
Yeah, literally just before COVID. Yeah. I think I was in actual uni for a week.
Right.
And I had to fly back home for something and come back, and we were in lockdown.
And what made you choose Brisbane? Why did you move here instead of anywhere else?
That's a bit of I don't know, man, honestly, a bit of a tale there. I guess I'll spill the beans.
Please do. Face that way. Tell them. No, I'm kidding. No, yeah. Tell them. No.
Welcome. Just trying to think of the best way to explain it. I got in a bit of trouble in a town I was living in, Longreach. Mm-hmm. Trouble with the law. Mm-hmm. Ended up going to the Capricornia Correctional Facility in Rockhampton. Mm-hmm. It's a prison up there for a bit. And that's when I've just gone to uni. I was out on bail. And
so how long was that? Like, how long were you in that correctional facility for?
Man, it felt like I was there for half my life. But I wasn't there for any decent amount of time to change flow into a rap career.
Right.
So I wasn't there that long. Yeah. But I think I was there for maybe a bit over a month, a bit under-ish.
Okay.
So not that long, but I was on remand. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that too much.
No, that's okay.
That was pretty cool. I got some songs out of it, met some people.
Right.
Whatever.
So when are we going to see those songs come to light?
I've got some of them on like YouTube, but I'd love to release them. I'd love to release I don't know, I'd like to have an album. An album of, I don't know, those songs and some other songs that can complement them. And
do you have enough songs in the bank now to do that, or is that something you're still in process of doing?
I reckon I've got enough. It's like, in my ideal world, I'd love to put out some psychotic amount of songs and call it an album.
Right.
There's some, I don't know, imagine if you just put out 100 songs.
In an album?
Or, I don't know. Is it possible? Can you do it?
Well, I would imagine it's possible now. Everything's digital, so there's no limitations to how many, songs you can link up together.
Maybe I'll do that. Or maybe not. I'll put those songs out one day.
Sure.
But I reckon I'd have enough or at least I'd be happy with an album of like, is 12 songs an album? Is that?
I think that's fairly standard. I think it's a good project, like to have.
Certainly.
Yeah, I mean, whether you do it at 12 songs at a time or you wanted to do it like all 100, like I think it's great.
Yeah, I've got some other songs I'd like to release first. Warm people into me.
Yeah.
Before I spill everything out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll see. I've got to get something recorded first. Something else other than this new one, Cherry Picking.
Well, it's always a matter of time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, trying to fit everything in, and the recording process and the development process, as you well know, takes time. So, have you been able to perform Cherry Picking out live? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I usually play as many of my songs as I possibly can in a set, and I just won't say anything. I'll just say, oh, this is like I lost this person's song, or I lost this person's song that never got recorded or something. Just to talk shit. Just to joke around a bit, pretty much.
Get people involved.
Yeah, get people involved.
Invested.
They'll come up and ask me, was it really? Where can I find it? And I was like, nah, sorry, I wrote it. And
well, it sounds like you need to put these songs out there so people can find them.
yeah, I'm working on it. Finance is the eternal struggle.
It is, yes. Yeah.
But just a struggle, not a complete barrier.
Yeah, I agree. So tell me about like any other instruments that you may be well adversed at. I mean, I know that you're a very competent singer, great guitarist.
Yeah.
So what else is in the arsenal?
Not a lot. I'm not I wouldn't class myself as a multi-instrumentalist. Even though I'd love to. Maybe that's the next chapter. Around bass or piano. But I can play guitar, I can sing. I can play harmonica to some kind of goodness, I guess.
Right.
I can play it all right.
Yeah.
I don't really... I guess I taught myself how to play harmonica as well. What I mean is there's just some incredible harmonica players out there that I love to listen to. And I'm just not as good as them. But I'm all right. I play didgeridoo a little bit, just for a bit of fun.
So how did you get onto didgeridoo? Where did you start there?
Didgeridoo, that's actually a bit of an interesting one. So in Muttaburra, when you're young and when you get older, you start off when you're young, but a fun thing to do is go down to the dump, go to like the town tip. Some people are interested in the stuff that's there. There could be some cool new stuff. I don't know. I was interested in the cats, the wild cats that live at the dump, and I'd try and catch the kittens and take them home. I love cats.
At home you had a lot of cats?
Oh, I only ended up ever catching maybe one or two of those cats, but we did have a lot of cats. My nan had a heap of cats. A heap of cats. I don't even know how many, but in my mind, it feels like as a child, I just remember a sea of cats. It's cooked, but whatever. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
Did have a lot of cats, had a lot of dogs, a lot of animals, kangaroos. A lot of kangaroos because my uncle was a roo shooter. So I get joeys all the time. My old man was a shearer. So I'd get little lambs all the time. We had a couple of calves, a goat named Bull, heaps of chickens, roosters. I had this rooster. It was I think he got someplace, like I want to say first, but maybe it wasn't first. But let's say it was first.
Let's say it.
Let's do it. It was first place in the bloody Muttaburra Sheep Show. So and it was a rooster, and you know what they're called. And it was a white Sussex rooster, so
right.
You know, they use the proper terminology on the ribbon. So it was large, white
rooster.
Rooster, yeah.
Wow.
Large white rooster.
Yeah.
First place.
First place.
Yeah. So that was an interesting. I wish I still had it. The barista and the...
Did you keep the badge at least?
No, I was young. I didn't really understand. But I just remember it happening. And then as I got older, I thought about it. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. What?
What?
What even was that?
Yeah, I feel that. Okay, so that's how you got into Dig and how...
Oh, sorry. Dig. I found the Dig at the dump.
Yeah.
Dig I found at the dump. It was like a bamboo Dig, not a proper one.
Because the proper one's made of wood, right?
Made of wood. It's cool how they do it. They find, like, traditionally.
Actually, I don't know how they do it, so tell me.
Oh, yeah, well, they'd find, and this is what I was told by a fella, they find the right kind of branch that's been eaten, right size branch or right size just middle stump of a tree that's been hollowed out and eaten up by termites. And they'll get it after that, they'll burn them out, they'll scrape the stuff out, slowly tune it up, and that's how they do it.
So the termites, they just leave like that outside part?
They start in the middle, they eat the heart out of the tree because it's the best bit.
Of course.
And,
Makes sense.
leave the exterior. Eventually they get the exterior.
Yeah.
But if they get it at the right time, they got to find the right stick. That's kind of the beauty of it. You've got to find it first. The termites have got to do that first bit, and they do the rest. And then they got a mad didgeridoo. They put some beeswax from those the native bees. They've got like got a more resiny wax rather than a waxy wax. So it's a bit harder. They put it in there when it's fresh. It hardens up real good. I think they mix it with charcoal even. It's like the mouthpiece. Stick it on, mould it to your lip, and then you got a didgeridoo. Make some mad
That's amazing.
noise. Yeah. This one wasn't cool like that. This is the bamboo one. Chinese probably or something. But I reckon it's got a mean little sound. It's real tough, more water resistant. So whatever. Found it at the dump, started blowing into it.
It's working for now.
Yeah,
until you get a real one.
I've got a real one now.
Oh, yeah?
I've got a mad spiral one. I've got some kind of plastic ones, and they actually sound, in my opinion, better than my other ones. But they're not like incredible. They're like probably mid-range, my other ones. But I've still got the first one that I ever found at the dump. Had a few blows into it when I got it. Made a proper blow, and then just slowly figured it out. You just got to move your lips and your tongue around a bit. I can't circular breathe like the pros. I can't add beatboxing into it like some people can.
Yeah, I think that's mental how people can do
it's actually
all sorts
incredible.
of amazing things like that.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, that blows
Some
my
people
mind.
get the digibone, which is like makes it kind of like a trombone. They can change the key of it.
Yeah.
I want to get one of those. It's kind of a little next thing. I'm never going to use it in the gig. Is the only thing. But maybe I will find a way. So that's the dig.
Yeah. Amazing. And anything else, or is that that's pretty much it?
That's pretty much it. I play a little bit, more of muck around a bit with mandolin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You have one?
Yeah, I got one. Yeah. I usually tune it to like ukulele tuning, right? Play it like a ukulele. I find that more intuitive or something than pretty sure it's tuned like a violin, the mandolin. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
The mandolin and a
if you're
violin.
listening out there, get in the comments and educate us, please.
Let us know.
Yeah.
How's it tuned?
Do you have many performances that you're doing in the future, especially with your original stuff, or do you segregate your cover stuff from your original stuff, or how do you work it?
Man, it's a bit fluid at all times. I would really love to do a show of just my originals. Everyone's there because they want to watch me play my originals. They want to listen to the shtick. But there's actually some covers that I really have kind of made my own that I really like. I'd like to play those too. Just because they kind of say some of the things that I would want to say. Better than I could say them right now, you know. So, why try and fix it if it's not broke?
Mm-hmm.
But I'd love to show my originals. I've got heaps of originals. Bursting at the seams to be recorded. Just got to figure that out.
So with cherry picking, how did you come across your recording process? Like what was involved and how did you do that?
Well, this one was pretty lucky. In the uni that I was in, there's a lot of other different departments. I was in like the songwriting, performance department. Then there's like an audio department. There's like a photography department. There's an animation and like graphic art design, gaming or something department. There's an acting and film, kids department. And man, there's probably more. I don't know. Those are the ones that I know of. And I don't know if you can imagine. I've got assignments with certain things to do, and the audio kids also have assignments.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can imagine, for an audio student, it's probably a good assignment to record someone as you would in your life, in your job, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to be a part of one of those assignments for an audio student, and it's just literally kind of that simple. He recorded the vocal and the guitar. I got the stem off of him, put another thingy over it. A mate of mine at the time did, actually.
Mm-hmm. Like an overdub,
yeah,
another
just,
guitar line.
Yeah, literally just that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, released it pretty much.
Mm.
Released it a fair bit later, but released it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you have any plans for future recordings and how you intend on tackling that?
Well, I've got a lot of options. I'd love to, because it's pretty, cherry picking is pretty simple production-wise.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to get my head around it. I'd love to do it myself. So that's something that I'm trying to work with. I've got all the gear and somewhat of an idea.
Okay.
I just need the space. There's a lot of crows where I live. It's ranted. So many crows. They're cawing all day into the night, man. And then the other birds come out and the bats. There's a lot of wildlife in the inner city.
Quite quite space.
And it's not just animals that are the wildlife. They get around.
Yeah, a quiet space is the hardest thing for recording, isn't it? Because some of those microphones will pick up everything.
Oh, bloody yes.
You know?
Bloody yes.
Well, that's interesting. So, so how do you feel you're going with the recording process? Like for me, I think there's like a lot to like kind of learn. It's quite, mind-blowing.
Yeah,
overwhelming if you try and take it all, all at once. So how do you tackle it?
How do I tackle it? I'm still tackling it. I don't really actually have any clue what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using Logic Pro X, and I don't know. I understand how to use it. Probably about as far as I can record something. I can EQ it a bit, put some kinds of effects on it, change the parameters on the effects. I've watched a lot of videos on some of the other functions, like in quantizing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many terms and there's so many things that just go right over my head.
There's a lot involved.
Yeah, there's a lot involved. It's a whole other beast. It's a whole other. It's a whole other 50,000 instruments. It may as well be. And yeah, I haven't cracked it fully yet. I'm probably nowhere near as good at any of that as I am. I don't know, making a cup of tea, shining my shoe. I'll get there. And if not, that's more of a fun journey project thing. In actuality, I'll probably put some money aside and hopefully have a professional, hopefully a professional, help me probably with the mixing and the mastering. Some ideas maybe of what else I could do to make it a song.
So someone help you produce it?
Yeah.
well, there you go. If someone's out there listening, you might want to get in touch
Give me a
with
DM.
Tane. Because his links are in the description. So you will be able to connect with him. So feel free to check those out.
Please. Any help to support the cause would be greatly thanked.
That's great. Take a short break and be right back. Welcome to the Shane Wolf Show. Great to have you back. We're here with Tane-Rua. And we've got a little segment here that I like to call Baby Come Back. Baby Come Back. Have you ever had a dealing with a heckler and how have you dealt with it, and did you have like a little comeback to, either put them in their place or diffuse the situation, or tell us a story.
Man. I've got countless, but they're not. I've got nothing proper juicy, and it's not, I guess, a heckler in terms of like, you're playing your best song and you see a bloke out there and he's like, "You suck."
Oh, you've had that before?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
I haven't. I would, I wish it was something juicy like that. Mine are more like, I've got the one I'll tell you today. Anyway, is I was playing, obviously, and the bloke yells out, "Play Running on Empty," Jackson Brown. Running on empty, running on. And like, "Oh brother, look, I don't know it. I didn't know it then at that point. I learned it after." And I said, maybe I'll have a look at it in the break and I'll play it for you next set. He's like, "Yeah, righto, whatever." Bit salty, he was a bit drunk, he'd been drinking. And anyway, break comes, these old Sheilas come up and they're talking to me. I think I played Roy Orbison, Pretty Woman or something. Saying, "Awesome, good stuff, we love that song, love," as they do. So I did get time to check out the song. I get back up, he's like, I'm a few songs in, he comes out of nowhere, I don't know where he went, to the loo, whatever. And he says, "Running on Empty, Jackson Brown," and it was for his missus now. And so he just started swearing, he's like, "Oh, you bloody F word, C word, can't do your job." I was like, and I guess to how I would handle that is just like, I just block it out. Just don't listen to it. I think it's kind of funny. I think it's kind of amusing. I like it. It fuels me.
You enjoy it?
I enjoy it because it makes me want to just do the best job I can possibly do.
Right.
Just puts a fire in me. I'm like, "Yeah, but watch this."
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes people, after a few drinks, they, lose self-control.
Yeah, they do. This
know?
fella certainly did.
I think it's, it is amusing to see. Because obviously, I don't know, like when I play, I'm usually sober.
Yeah,
So,
me too.
And then everyone is obviously drinking.
Yeah.
So your
always feels
level of
weird.
awareness is quite higher than, than the average punter out there.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's, I don't know, you almost feel, to me, like you're just in another world. If everyone else is really drunk, which is usually the case, and you're sober, you're just like, I feel like I've got these really long legs. I could just walk. No one could even touch my ankles.
Yeah.
It's a weird way to explain it, but it's how it feels.
It feels how it feels.
Yeah, man.
Can't be wrong
Got
about
long
that.
legs.
Well, we're going to hear from Tane very shortly. He's going to play his song Cherry Picking. It is available right now on Spotify, so go and check it out. You'll find in the description the link for his Spotify link and also his, what are you on, Instagram?
I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on all those streaming services, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, where else am I? Got an OnlyFans on the way.
With the didgeridoo.
With the didgeridoo,
Yeah.
that's right.
And your
that's
badge.
Right. Yeah, and the badge. The badge especially, man. Yeah, man, if you just search my name, you'll find somebody who looks like me, and it's probably me. If I'm trying to send you, if I'm asking for money from you, if I send you that, it's probably me still. No, it's not. It's probably a scammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. So
That's
we'll get set up and we'll get you to play your song for us.
Sweet. Okay.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.
G'day, my name's Tane-Rua and I'm here to play my song Cherry Picking for you. And that's it, here it goes. Gonna take myself out cherry picking. Sure it's hard but it's honest living. Work 3 whole days for 3 whole dollars. Living fine amongst the squalor. All my dreams and aspirations in this picking box forsaken. Spend my days now picking cherries. Red and fine, a small sweet berry. Is it too much to ask for something to live for? It's heads on my hands, man, they get old. Spend all my days now picking cherries. Red and fine, a small sweet berry. Maybe I might save $1. Get myself out of that squalor. Buy some roses for the missus. Tell her that I'm gonna miss this. Now who's to blame for my goddamn worries? Patience is a virtue, I ain't in no hurry. Spend my days now picking cherries. Red and fine, a small sweet berry. Is it too much to ask for something to live for? It's days on my hands, man, they get old. Spend all my days now picking cherries. Red and fine, a small sweet berry. Red and fine, red and fine. This heart of mine has lost ambition, so I'm just gonna keep on picking. Picking 1 and picking 5, just to keep myself alive. I had just about enough of these small sweet berries. Sure they're fine, but they're just cherries, baby. Persimmons and peaches are the kumquat. Sweet fine fruits, I'd rather pick a lot of ya. Red and fine, red and fine. Gonna take myself out cherry picking. Sure it's hard, but it's honest living.